I wasn't even in the same country when my name blew up her wedding. Right in the middle of her vows, Lydia stopped speaking. The officiant turned, scanned the crowd of nearly 200 guests, and shouted my name like I'd burst through the doors holding a smoking gun. People dropped forks, heads twisted, whispers rippled through the tent. Is Harold here? I wasn't. I was thousands of miles away, sitting at a narrow kitchen table in a small Lisbon apartment, sipping cheap coffee and watching the Tagus River catch the early sun. While they thought I had ruined her day, the truth was simpler and crueler. Lydia ruined her own life. My name is Harold Whitman. I'm 54 years old, born and raised in Rockford, Illinois. The kind of town where seasons matter, routines matter, and everyone knows your business before you've finished your first cup of coffee. For 25 years, I worked as a loan officer at Tri-State Credit Union. Same desk, same walk to work, same lunch at the same diner every Thursday. People called it boring. I called it stable. Lydia didn't see it that way. She used to say I was a routine with legs, predictable, safe in the worst possible sense. After 27 years of marriage, she decided she wanted excitement, adventure, something shiny and new. That something had a name. Travis Hale. Travis was younger than me. Tarnin, in a way that suggested more mirrors than meetings. Dressed like a man who believed confidence could substitute for income. He called himself an entrepreneur, which in my line of work usually meant debt-wearing cologne. Lydia talked about him like a teenager talks about a rock star. Perfect, fearless, different from me in every way she suddenly decided mattered. She couldn't wait to divorce me so she could chase what she called her real life. What she didn't know was that the same week she called me predictable. I'd quietly learned Travis had 2 bankruptcies and an active arrest record in Nevada. Predictable men read fine print. Travis never did. The divorce moved fast. We agreed. No courtroom drama. Illinois makes it simple when both sides want out. She took her car, her clothes, and what little savings were in the account under her name. I kept the house she called a shoebox. I liked that house before the papers were finalized. I did what I'd always done best. I planned. I closed every joint account, separated every financial thread, built a legal wall between our lives so thick you could have parked a tornado behind it. I didn't take more than I was entitled to. I just made sure my future would never be tied to her choices again. That was my first quiet win. When the ink dried, something settled inside me. Not joy, not grief, stillness. The kind of silence you only learn to appreciate after 50. No slammed cabinets, no walking on eggshells, just quiet. 3 weeks later, a job offer landed in my inbox. A 1-year contract in Lisbon, helping open a satellite credit office overseas. They wanted someone steady, seasoned, reliable. Steady. I took it. Lisbon changed me in small ways. The hills forced me to walk. The bread ruined me for anything else. People smiled for no reason. My apartment was tiny, but every morning the river turned gold for a few seconds, and I learned to breathe again. For a while, Lydia disappeared from my thoughts. Then my phone buzzed. An old neighbor sent a photo. Lydia and Travis, beaming. Engagement announcement already posted. When scheduled in Rockford. Soon, the comments praised her courage, her upgrade. People love a love story, even when they're cheering for the wrong ending. I smiled into my coffee, because while they saw a fairy tale, I saw numbers, pattern, cracks. I flew back to Rockford for my niece's graduation 2 days before the wedding. The Midwest snapped back into place the moment I landed. Same wind, same potholes, same strip malls glowing at sunset. At the credit union, an old co-worker pulled me aside and whispered what she'd learned. Travis had been denied 6 credit cards, a personal loan. He was drowning. That night, I opened the wedding invitation Lydia had sent me. Inside, a handwritten note about closure, about wanting me to see true happiness. So I sent 2 envelopes. Inside were public records, bankruptcy filings, debt statements. Messages Travis didn't expect anyone to read. I didn't add commentary. Truth doesn't need decoration. Saturday came warm and bright, while guests filled white folding chairs behind St. Joseph's. I sat on my sister's porch, listening to cicadas and drinking black coffee. Then my phone lit up photos, the tent, the aisle, Lydia glowing. And then the explosion. Her aunt stood up mid-sermon and asked the only question that mattered. Did Lydia really want to marry a man buried under nearly $200,000 of debt? Travis ran and not walked. Ran, Lydia called me moments later, screaming, accusing. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. I didn't ruin her wedding. Let the truth arrive on time the next morning. She found me at the diner, angry, broken, searching for someone to blame. Instead, I gave her the final numbers, the house I'd renovated, the sale she never asked about, the money already deposited. Closure doesn't always come with forgiveness. Sometimes it comes with clarity. I left Rockford that afternoon, lighter than I'd been in decades. Back in Lisbon, coffee in hand, river drifting by, I understood something. Most people never do. Real revenge isn't loud, it's peace, and I finally had it.